Kodi pronounced the lotus feet of his Guru Kumar. She's the same. Was telling me this would obviously share my experience with him in his founder, in conjunction with the 100th birthday celebrations, as part of the young adults program. They have planned to possibly invite some of the senior devotees. I would say that devotees are also very young, devotee quality of say, but yet on board than. So they requested me with that experiences with you. That I would say now, because the time given to me is only 15 minutes, I want to condense as much as possible. But I find it to be appropriate for me to go before my coming into the fold of Baba, how he made it as a story for me, as a lifelong journey, and how he processed me, and how he took me to the fold. It is something like our sisters making chapatis. What they do first, select the flour, and then give the kneading pencil. Then makes either puri or chapati according to this, that I give the best results possible. Similarly, I would like to tell it as a story, not just like as an experience, as myself of an artist of in sport. So the selection part of it is somewhere in 1968, I joined a company in Chennai as an external auditor. I was an external auditor. I was auditor for the company for 4 years. Then the company wanted me to join them as an interim staff. So I joined them. So till 1974, I worked there. My senior, my general manager of the company who took me, left for Tanzania. I gave him there with S. After that, we lost contacts. I also not this particularly well or what about his whereabouts and all. In 1976, I moved to Mumbai to join an international company in Mumbai. Because for about 2 years I was newly married in 1976. Because happening, by selecting the floor. And I go from Mumbai for 2 years, 76, 78. I'm going faster because I'm settled there. When I was almost at a secure position, very comfortable with the company, international company working there. One day, the second move of managing director came rushing into my room with a telex message. It says, "Dear Venkat, you are joining me in Kenya. And I've already talked to our managing director in Kenya who is visiting Mumbai on such and such date at Mumbai. Please make up your mind, I'll be very happy to join." This is a message I got. Under that name, I saw the name, it was familiar to me, but I don't know what it was. Because that name was the name in Tanzania. After that, I never knew what had happened to him, and I don't know how he got my whereabouts from his part. And how he dared to send that telex message to the managing director's office of the new company. He said if he was trembling, Mr. Venkat, if managing director sees this message, whether you get new job or not, you will lose this job after one. I said, look, it is not, I don't know what. Then, after 15, 20 days, I got an international airplane those days, something like at the foldable letter in my house. It says long letter. Now I moved from Tanzania to Kenya. I somehow got your message address. I made up my mind that you are trying me in Kenya. So I sent a message, please see that I don't know that it was appropriate for you to send a message like that, but still, I didn't want to miss you. To need to go for missing the message. When I saw that, then I realized it was my boss when I was in Chennai, who left me in 1974. So he had 4 years, he looked for me after somewhere. and contact him. So I just discussed with my brothers what youth. He says, Africa and the places are not knowing anything about it. He was in, I thought Tanzania and Kenya is quite far, or something like that. So this man is in Kenya is asking me. Some brothers said, oh, take a chance, you go. Some brothers said, we are going well simplified. Some of us started working, that is selecting floor to making the chapati. So I said, I couldn't refuse that offer. Because in that sector, he asked me, what are the things that I have to think for him? You see, that is the point of this. After 1 month, managing director in Kenya came, he called me. Mr. Venkataraman, we don't have any other candidates for interview or anything, is nothing like that. That person is bent upon that you should come there. So there is no choice. Okay, we'll give you the best offer possible. It's prevailing at that particular time. So you come, your house, everything is ready. Please don't refuse. So here, this is what we have been pushing me. Then I accepted. It was in the year 1978, California, 1978. I gave. Before that, there's a lot of stories, experience. Before my going, Vasalal's uncles were in Air India, cockpit, the crows. I was so much afraid of going to the African continent. But he was flying by Air India to Nairobi. When I called him, I go to Nairobi, can you please see this plane? It's okay for me to go there or not. So his hierarchy knew him. Because when he was in Tanzania, he had been bringing his children from India. So I warned him, I just go and find out how they have arranged for you in Kenya. So next flight you took, he took and the pilots of Air India came to Kenya, went to a place called Thika. Thika was the place where he was supposed to work. So he went there, he came back with the message after 2 days. Mr. Venkataraman, you not refuse him. I know him very well. Everything is arranged for you. You have to leave now from there. Okay, I gave notice of 2 months and vacated that good place in Uthiru, 3-bedroom house. My company has offered 2 lakhs for buying of laptops. Those days, 1976, 77, 2 lakhs mobile is very good money. You can buy a mansion. But still, I decided to come. Papa brought me. And what a beauty. Okay, 78, landed. 78 to 80, I was in Thika. 80, I came. I just moved to Nairobi because I thought I might be better off. And I'm still better off. Material. They're thinking. I came to Nairobi. I was like, wait, in a sense, you can't believe me. In Masai Mara those days, Masai Mara was in national parks. I used to go by Mercedes-Benz and Mosin. Those, there were no roads in national parks. But I used to go like that. Every day up late. Baba was pushing me to see that changes can happen in one's life. Okay? After 1980, the path was very rosy. 1980 to 82, Baba started needing. Now the needing stage is stopped. 1982, my house was burgled. The entire village was stolen. We tried it. My second child was only 1.5 years. My boy was 3 years, 3 years, that's all. My house was the entire thing is complete. We had to start from scratch. That was shock for me. He said, internal job of the son of me, whom we kept him in job for a long time. See, 1982, sitting, and that was a shock coming to my feet. One day, all of us gets father-in-law. I don't know if we were married at 1982. One of us gets father-in-law. He was in practice. Those days, the video issues were coming in Nairobi. JVC, Philips, there's innovation to the VHS videos. It was very good for them. As Pastor's father and corporate, but Uthiru's father. They called me for inaugurating JVC machine in his house. It was a idea of swing. We put in the picture Mobileye also. Mulayas of mix. That picture 4.5 hours. It's something. So 4.5. If my child was 1.5 years, when I was the biggest, my son wonders, I was in South Sea and drove all the way to his house. It kept on running and running and running. After almost 15 hours, I said, "Sir, we are going back to Nairobi. So see, you know, like now the child is playing and it's sleeping. We'll come back again, see the rest of the time." You will gladly agree. You will not come. Yes, I'll get never next. Really? So see, it was around 11 o'clock. Right. At night, around 3 o'clock, I heard a spray bullets coming into my bedroom. Bullets. That's a pain. My child's wardrobe was smoked. So I got up, opened the wardrobe. I found there was a live bullet. I touched it to the body in my fingers. But the results were just for me. I said, "But Jan, see, my house windows were facing Uru. So, from the road, there has been spraying bullets into the house. Luckily, they were sleeping on the floor. It scratched the mattresses back into the wardrobe of my child. Smokes were coming. I said, there is something wrong. Let me put on the radio. I put on the radio. Yeah, all of you stay indoors, don't come out. So there's a pretty news. Yeah. Okay, that's the serious thing now. Don't know what happened. That today, the child don't have milk. All shops are closed. All tubs are closed. So I have to walk from South Sea to South B. Nobody was on the road. I was alone, got desperate stress to get packet of milk for the side. I walked over the South Sea Bridge. You know, there's a bridge connecting South Sea and South Bay. I saw hundreds of cars there, overturned, bodies, dead bodies. I walked. See, I walked because my child is kind. I went there. I saw a military man, soldiers dropped from the lorry, and I raised my hands like this. They asked me, "Where are you going?" And I said, "Look, my child, there's no milk in there. I'm going South B to see if the shop is open." Yes. I went there, South B. No shop was open. No shop was open. All are closed. But still I was trying to find whether they said, "You careful." So they said, "Be careful, you'll be shot. Be careful, don't roam around and see it unnecessary." Yes, but I am desperate. I went to South B. Why? After them shot. We opened the screen. We were asking him, "Where are answers?" At done street, we can't hear you. Open the door. He opened the door, come inside. He closed it. "Are you sure?" We were walking around here in South Bay, this outside South Bay. You know, nobody is got it. You will be shot. I know, but my child is running and there's no milk now. Milk? No supply of milk for several days now. What it was. So he looked at the cupboard. At the car, there was a condensed milk. That's how I don't know. When he bought the condensed milk, there's a lot of dust on the box. He wiped everything and gave. The condensed milk was costing for 2 shillings, 60 cents. That's something. So I'm getting 5 shillings. Well, God like that. Take this, I don't want to insult. He said, "No. This time, I don't want to make profit of it." He counted and gave me the balance and also the big pack. There was something strange that I see. There people like to make profit out of this situation. That man gave me exact balance. He insisted me to take balance. I took it. I blessed him, came back, walked on the lawn, and gave packet, but they shattered to the person. And comes the needy, that saying that something is not well in me, now I have to get out of this place. Kenya is no longer a place for me. And I'm going to go back. And I said, "Sir." Okay, we were all looking at that time. But through, at that time, I left the company also in 82. So I was blessing. 1983, I met the proprietor of this company all alone myself. Last chance, final chance, whether he can give you an opportunity. He took me to join us. And now I'm running my 42nd year in some plan. Business. Now, what I'm coming to say is, the election is over, I'm here. Meeting is over, punching is also over. Now process how it is going to be done. That message of the shopkeeper, that message of that unrest, that message of your own family suffering, is not something we have to look into, that we are not going to be facing the same situation all through life. It's going to change every time. From there to back. So, it was going on. Now I'm settled now with this new company. All right. I checked in my mind. Because the reconciliation, I was comfortable. They are also comfortable with me. They are continuing. Now, actually, the processing of the divorce to Baba is high. Is sometimes in 2003, it took a long time. But in between, sometimes in 1984, identifying at that time, the center was not established. It was then, that's it. Mapaki Bhakti, Dr. Bhagavati, Justice Bhagavati, element of that rainy day. So these are all the way tests for me to come into Baba 4. My brother-in-law was here, he's not one yet. We brought me in. So it was interaction, not continuous, but sporadic, not continuous interaction. Then it happened, or Shankar was here. He was honored, he was in Tanzania and he came 2 years coordinator, Uthiru coordinator. He was always coming, when they will come to listen for some time, you come to listen. I was avoiding you and not coming. Sometimes you also gave up calling. It was sometimes in 2003, September. It was a Mahavaya Bhavasi day. I was ready to go to the office morning. I went to Puja room. I saw a Baba picture. It was like hazy covering of some kind of a dust on picture. I wipe my house, windows, everything, property in the big. There's no reason. It was not a very dusty time or anything. September, October, short rain times. There's not much of a dust or anything. So I just put my, at this silver finger, a trial line on Baba's picture. I found that there is a white hands plus kid. Run. And I said, there's something here, but not very much manifested. And what job is at the back? I came back. You know how I am now sitting. And came back. There's a downpour in the evening. There's a downpour of devotee in the evening, I could see. Follow. She was always downstairs. I told her, come and see again. There's a downpour of devotee. I am now saying, when you go to Puttur Karma, when you go to Karma, offering oblations for the pilgrims, Swami has manifested himself that he is here with us. So whatever I'm saying is not for me alone. It is for the community, friends, on top of it, large time. But I'm trying to say what will happen. Now, after 3 days, a deity brought the Swami from Benares. This is where we do the Buddha Dharmas. Best of the situation. We do the Buddha Dharma in Benares, Kasi. The Swamiji came from Kasi to my house. The third place. The day. Where did he came? He came. The arrogance in his face and his body, because he's a very virtuous place. But we were start believing that we were going to take into some actor. First looking up and down, where from the devotee has come, because there is now one and for, new Kiralan for. But at least he got convinced that it is not that thing I wait for some fun or anything. So it was convinced with blessing me. We gave him the oblations. We gave Brahmins and Yasi oblations. There's the most appropriate thing that we could do in Swami's things on Maharaya Mahasya Paulinka. Then we had a wedding session that day. The Tamdar was giving a lecture. Gauri was talking so much about what is Baba's sport, how it is happening in Dada. There's a big downpour that day. The matters of the rock 40% the vote is set and sang the weddings are playing and we had our demonstration. Well, we told everybody to come and see first. As I said, even earlier I said in the video recording, when a king visits your house, it is no longer your house. It's not of their private house. It is a public house. Anybody can come and see. It is not come for me alone. Up 6,000 kilometers crossing here to come and exhibit Google. It is not for me alone. It is for the entire community. It is for the entire devotee base. So, as Obama said, I want to see, we can come and tell it works. So this is what has been happening. But then was over at that time. And even Nimesh was there. So after 6 days, I was programmed to go to Bangalore. I went to Bangalore with a snap. We decided to go to Puttaparthi. First maiden visit to Puttaparthi. Now I have these reports now coming in. She went there, she went to the ladies' side. I was looking for some place to the crowd because but people people are coming and they take opportunity of visiting the place as early as possible. I saw there is a place, huge crowd of people sitting in the west side, jealous side. And there was a place which was fully vacant. There's nobody there. So I might have sat comfortably. Okay, I am comfortable. Comfort was still in the mind, you see. As progress was going on, Swami has not appeared yet. Suddenly, somebody touched my thigh, backed it up, and I put my hand with an image was sitting. I saw him 3-4 days before. He never told me he's coming here. I also never told him I'm coming here because I myself was unprogrammed meditating. Last moment. And yeah, you sleep time. Right? Well, you never come here. But you are also sitting there. Where are you sitting here? I asked him. He told me, I'm going to be here for 3-4 days. I can come at any time to see. I can take another time to come to see the Ashram Karma. But you are leaving today evening at 3:30, 4 o'clock. Anyway, he was giving me a sign and left it like that. Swami kid. We went through all the ladies' side. Suddenly took a car and walked towards us. He stared at me like this. Stared at and brought the concept that flowing on it. Yes, we had a wonderful opportunity to see. I will tell you that from me for see. And why did I ask you why you sit here? Because out left Baba is not coming to the side. We is going on with that lady. Said I to tell you to another time, another side was 1070. Today I don't know why he gave it here. Because we are lacking this. You want to see him. That end of the momentum said, I left this for a month. I made Swami, you made the good that possible. Otherwise, I would have missed you. That's a long distance, yes, it's possible. But coming to it, we have to see you. Because even email was not expecting that. We came back, and like, after about 15-20 days, I was walking out from this prayer out. He was asking me, please join me in the school, man. I said, yes. So his Swami is drawing into his board and giving the what? They started the river. Now, what happens is, the essential part of the services, part of the work is the ground silver. The ground silver started in 2005 till 2016. one way or the other, it has not been going very, very vibrant. I would say that I must correct sentences. The food provisions, distributions. We all went out of Nairobi and did. Some volunteers like Dalvit Mehta, Ashraf Khan, Namita Mehta, wonderful people. They will go and stay there and we set this place 1 day, 4 days, Asia, in the jungle. And we used to talk a lot of data, lot of statistics, so much of what. And we're all in one wonderful time. And I'm very grateful for Swami to give me this. Now he has made Japan to see that is positive impeccable for everybody. He's working on this. Now, this is the part of the Kamsevas and other thing was the what and was actually bhajans. The first bhajan I remember I sang was in 2004. Sathya Sai Padam Pujam Ojore Panasami Kragneram. This one was the first bhajan I saw. This has gone. Now this part of it is all about Vibhuti and Shiva's part. Now Shakti part of it, we had a wonderful episode in Swami that one of our friends, not seen that, we had seen that, it was Vibhu. And she gave a calendar being set to my friend. It's just a calendar itself. The cakes were all thrown out. Anybody want to wonder why you are giving this place? But we kept at Vyanta in our place. I think in 2009 or so, and 10, we started seeing Kukuma manifesting from that talks with the calendar back. It's a cardboard. Swami considers everything is important. There's life in everything. When somebody gives you the love, cherish it, keep it, and then you do it up. Then, what happened every year? This kind of manifestation, moved manifestation was going on for about 17 years. And sometimes, very many times. And one day, we had a lesson in the Satsang in the upstairs. One of the devotees, one of the attendees, was not a devotee. He saw with the whole eyes from the pits. She must talk to them and said, okay, he's saying what's happening there. Lalita Sahasranam was so powerful for you can't see that you couldn't do this manifest. So these are all the wonderful, miracles that we have in Baba's grace. But Baba always said, my miracles are only on visiting taps. How you transform yourself and do service. Now the Seva is Narayan Seva, do that. And go and do service. Because I'm orienting you and giving you this path. But how you fan and grow it into a flame is within your own hands. And do that. It's what Baba is saying. So, this kind of a thing, what has happened in our life, is something that our own making. It is He who brought me right from, He has been there for me from 1968 till now, but I realized it from 2003. But also tell you, my Vastara is also very, very, very fortunate that during her school days, Baba gave him by his own hands when she was when he was in school. Those days, Baba used to be at schools in the places. And these are all something which has been interacting by Baba's grace to us, which we consider that it is very, very important that we enlarge our experience, we express our experiences to a large community of people. My conference is about 25, 30 flats are there. All are very likely to come and stay. And not for us alone, it's for the entire community. So, this kind of Baba's interaction with us, not ended with just my persuasion Vibhuti, but emphasized on the ground sevas in people. And see that you also attend the bhajans and other things with devotion. because I'm very lucky to say that ever since 2003, I've been continuously come with Venkatesh. And RS used to ask, now rather than who will stop, you used to forget Papa. RS is asking what to do. Who will stop moments? We just thought, it's lefty like that. So, I have to tell you, he said that, but asked, but not the least, the recent one is, when Venkatesh, like he was going on a Sabbath day, he gave him a parrot. That time I was able to talk to him, talk on the same stage, the podium. He told, Baba's face is inscrutable. Don't send him there, he may come back. I mentioned. It is inscrutable. We can't just think what will happen. There's a very ardent work is coming from all the way from Diamond here, and the rain, and shining, and anything. He comes here and does all kind of devotion work. Also made sure the work. There's a part. So as a person who's come here on this particular celebration here, 100th year, we are very nice. On the first day of the Thursday Bhajan, when a flower falls, we can switch to auspicious. Swami is there. The first Thursday of the 100th day, the celebration of the devotional music here, we will be working song here, but he's here. We came up with this. But then we started. The whole pillar light up. I don't know whether they got to hear that. The whole pillar will be the flower stand down. That goes, Swami was here, blessing our initiative, our efforts. How we are going to celebrate Ashok. So, these are all not something I've experienced for me alone, and I have shared with you. We have also seen that. So it is our duty, it is possibly our earnest effort to see that we participate in all activities. To see that this year we celebrate in the most fitting way. We have love and nuns to Swami. I very commend the wonderful way in which the adults and the working and planning, and they also called me and gave me the wonderful opportunity to share the experiences with you. And we wish, and I may express something from the storm of views on very, very wonderfully ahead, and also to Centenary coming. With this I am. Thank you very much for giving the opportunity. Namaskar, Dota, Sri Ram, Great Sri Sai Ram, down with.